You're at a family gathering, sitting quietly, hoping to avoid that one inevitable question. Then, just as you feared, it comes. So, when are you getting married? Every eye turns to you, some with curiosity, others with judgment. You try to smile, maybe mumble a response, but inside, it stings. You leave the gathering feeling small, frustrated, and, if you're honest, a little broken. Does this sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. For so many young Muslims, the cultural pressure to marry has become a weight too heavy to carry. It's not just the questions or the unsolicited advice. It's the constant feeling that no matter how much you achieve, how strong your faith is, or how hard you're trying, none of it seems to matter unless you're married. And here's the hard truth. This pressure isn't always in line with what Islam teaches us about marriage. Somewhere along the way, cultural expectations have taken precedence, leaving many of us feeling lost, unworthy, and disconnected. Today, let's talk about this struggle. Let's talk about how you can cope spiritually, find peace in Allah's plan, and navigate this chapter of your life with strength and faith. This isn't just another discussion about marriage. This is about you, your journey, your emotions, and your relationship with Allah. Let's dive in. The first step in dealing with cultural pressure is understanding where it comes from. Often, it's rooted in good intentions. Families want to see their children happy and settled. In many cultures, marriage is seen as a milestone of adulthood and stability. But these expectations can become problematic when they ignore individual circumstances, like financial readiness, personal growth, or the simple fact that Allah's plan for everyone unfolds differently. In the Quran, Allah reminds us, "And we created you in pairs." This verse is often quoted to encourage marriage, but it's crucial to remember that Allah's timing is perfect. Just because you're not married yet doesn't mean you're failing in life. It simply means Allah is preparing you for what's best in ways you may not yet understand. Let's figure out how to navigate emotional struggles. The emotional toll of cultural pressure can be heavy. You might feel unworthy, judged, or even question your faith. If this resonates with you, know that you're not alone. Prophet Muhammad himself faced societal pressures and challenges, yet he consistently reminded his followers to trust in Allah's plan. One way to cope is to shift your focus. Instead of dwelling on what hasn't happened, concentrate on what you can control. Are you actively seeking to improve yourself spiritually, emotionally, and physically? In a hadith, the Prophet said, "The strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, while it is good in both." Strength here doesn't just refer to physical strength, but also mental resilience and faith. Ask yourself, what can I do today to strengthen my connection with Allah? Maybe it's praying tahajjud, seeking knowledge, or contributing to your community. These acts of worship not only bring peace, but also remind you that your worth is not tied to societal timelines. Practical steps for coping with pressure. When the weight of expectations feels overwhelming, it helps to have a strategy. Let's talk about 2 practical transformative steps you can take to navigate this journey. 1. Prioritize your relationship with yourself and Allah. Think about it. When was the last time you sat down and truly asked yourself, what do I want? Not what your parents want, or your relatives, or even your friends, but you. We often spend so much time trying to meet everyone else's expectations that we lose sight of our own needs and desires. Here's the truth. Marriage, in Islam, is meant to complement you, not complete you. You are already whole. But to truly feel that, you need to reconnect with yourself and your Creator. Start with small, meaningful actions. Take 5 minutes every morning to recite a simple dua, asking Allah to guide you and ease your heart. Go for a walk and reflect on the blessings in your life, your health, your family, your abilities. Remember, Allah's plan for you is unfolding perfectly, even when it feels messy or slow. 2. Set boundaries and find your voice. One of the hardest parts of dealing with cultural pressure is learning how to respond to it. But here's the thing. You don't owe anyone an explanation for the timing of your life. That doesn't mean you need to be confrontational or defensive. Boundaries don't have to be harsh. They just need to be clear. For example, when someone asks, "Why aren't you married yet?" you can respond with kindness, but firmness. Say something like, "I'm trusting Allah's plan and focusing on becoming the best version of myself right now. I appreciate your concern, but I'm at peace with where I am." It may feel awkward at first, but setting these boundaries is liberating. It takes the power away from others and puts it back in your hands, where it belongs. And when the comments come, because they will, remind yourself that they're coming from a place of misunderstanding, not malice. Most people don't realize the impact of their words. They're often repeating cultural norms they've grown up with, without thinking about how it feels to be on the receiving end. But you have the power to break that cycle. By responding with grace and setting an example, you can subtly shift the narrative for yourself and others. Let's zoom out for a moment. Imagine looking back on this time in your life years from now. What will you see? Will you remember the pressure and the hurt? Maybe. But you'll also see the resilience, the growth, and the faith that carried you through. This season of your life is not a punishment or a delay. It's a preparation. Every dua you make, every prayer you pray, every tear you shed, Allah sees it all, and none of it is wasted. In the Quran, Allah promises, "Indeed, with hardship comes ease." This isn't just a hopeful sentiment. It's a divine guarantee. The ease may not come immediately or in the way you expect, but it will come. So where does this leave us? First, remember that your journey is uniquely yours. There's no one-size-fits-all timeline for life, and comparing yourself to others will only steal your peace. Second, focus on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, and your relationship with Allah. Marriage is a blessing, yes, but it's not the only blessing. Don't let the pursuit of one milestone overshadow the countless others already in your life. And finally, never forget that Allah is with you. He knows your struggles, your fears, and your hopes. Trust Him, not just with your future spouse, but with your entire life. As we close, I want to leave you with this. You are enough. Not when you get married, or if you get married, but right now, in this moment. You are enough in Allah's eyes, and that's what truly matters. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join our community of Muslims striving to grow closer to Allah and support each other along the way. And remember, every step you take toward Him, He takes even more steps toward you. Stay strong, stay patient, and stay connected to the one who knows you better than anyone else. Until next time, take care and trust the journey.